Gervonta Davis, to me, is easily one of the best talents in boxing today, if not the best. Not only does he have the boxing IQ, does he have the skill, but he has real deal, heavy duty knockout power. Now, it's a big call, but I personally think that he's one of the best punchers in boxing history, especially in his weight division.
Yes. If Davis thought Santa Cruz is going to fold from his... Oh, my! Davis!
Now, when it comes to boxing, I'm a student of punching. Gervonta Davis is very fast overhand. Very fast straight punches, fast overhand. But when he punches from underneath, his uppercuts, destruction. Very heavy duty puncher. Very elite. Probably one of the best uppercuts I've seen from a fighter in that weight division. And what makes him even more dangerous is his timing. It takes years, decades to master that type of timing in boxing. Mix that with the mindset that he has of a winner, along with his toughness, you're looking at a future all-time great fighter in Gervonta Davis. Now, I currently don't have him in my top 5 pound for pound, even though I think he could be the most talented, strictly off resume. And number 1, I have Usyk, then Crawford, Inoue, Canelo number 4, and Beterbiev number 5. These fighters could all retire today and be considered all-time great fighters. They all have deep championship resumes with probably exception of Beterbiev. Tank Davis has received criticism for not fighting the best fighters out there, for not taking on the best. Now, he is undoubtedly a talent in boxing, and he's definitely a star in boxing. He puts the people in seats, he sells, he knows how to close a show. Real deal star power. So whoever's managing him, Al Heyman, has crushed it business-wise. Clearly, his resume has been selected carefully, picking the right opponents, catch weights, smaller fighters, very business-orientated, low risk, high reward. Not saying that he hasn't fought good fighters, that he hasn't fought champions, because he has. He just hasn't put himself in the deep end where there's risk involved. And that's what the fans want to see. They want to see him tested. They want to see him take risks and prove himself truly great. Now, he is a 3-division world champion, but he doesn't have a signature win on his resume that will silence the pure boxing critics. He's not chasing belts at the moment. He's chasing money. And honestly, you can't blame him. Boxing, to me, is the hardest thing ever. Training for it, taking punishment regularly, it's just extremely tough. I feel like the regular fan doesn't truly understand how tough boxing is. Sport is truly cutthroat and unforgiving. And the reality is the fans truly don't care about the fighter's well-being. They just want to see you be great. And of course, I love it when fighters find success getting paid, and it's good to see Davis being respected as the star that he is. And I'm sure he's very wealthy, and he probably doesn't need to fight again, to be honest. But unlike another box office superstar that has earned a fortune in the ring as well, in Anthony Joshua, who I'm also a supporter of, Tank has an opportunity to go down truly as one of the best fighters of all time because of the skills that he possesses. He has the opportunity to put himself up there with the legendary names of the past. Now I think it's time for him to face a killer, a high-skilled opponent with knockout power that can hurt him, that's his size, that also has championship experience and is a star himself. The perfect fight for Gervonta Davis.
From Lopez. Lopez getting right to it. Wow! What a knockdown by Lopez!
Is Teofimo Lopez at 140 pounds. Now, I don't think that this fight will break box office records, but Tank will get one thing from this fight for sure, and that's credit for beating a great fighter in his prime. Teofimo is another guy with God-gifted talent. He has speed, power, footwork, killer mindset, championship experience, and he also has the delusional confidence that you need to be a great fighter. He really believes in his heart that he's the truth, and it's hard to beat someone like that. He already has 2 Hall of Famers, 2 great champions on his resume in Lomachenko and Josh Taylor. He did lose the Kambosos fight, which was close, but apparently he had severe health issues leading up to that fight. Kambosos is someone who I like too. He's Australian, like me, grew up in Sydney, so I'm definitely glad that he won that fight. It's one of the biggest wins an Aussie has ever had. But I do feel like there's a cloud over that victory for Kambosos just because of the health issues that Lopez had. Looking at Kambosos, and I like him as a fighter, Haney and Lomachenko just killed him with feints, just outboxed him with feints. And he doesn't really have the power to to really change a fight against a great fighter. Lopez, he came straight at Kambosos. No boxing, no setting up punches, and that gave Kambosos the best chance at beating him. And you still have to give Kambosos credit because he got the win. Showed a lot of heart in that fight because he got hurt as well. I have to say, if that rematch were to happen, I would favor Lopez to beat Kambosos comfortably. Teofimo Lopez is an offensive-minded fighter. Good defense, good power, high ring IQ. His biggest weakness, in my opinion, is a fighter that's constantly on the move. Constantly moving. Sandor Martin, Ortiz. I think a terrible matchup for him would be Shakur Stevenson. But I do think he has a chance against Tank. Not saying he would win, but one thing's for sure. If you can't hurt Tank, you ain't gonna beat him. I think Davis would walk through Stevenson, in my opinion. Same as Haney. But I think that Teofimo Lopez can hurt him. And I definitely think he has the skill to land. So I definitely think that's the best fight to make for Tank. I think the fight itself would be fireworks. Very exciting. It would be a throwback to an 80s type fight. Both guys are definitely going to come to fight. I think they would both elevate from that fight, winner and loser, but the winner would definitely go to another level. Winner would be on the pound for pound list and get the respect of being a legit pound for pound fighter. A champion that would have the early claim of being the best fighter of his generation in that weight division, lightweight to super lightweight. So there it is. There's the best fight that's out there for Gervonta Davis and Teofimo Lopez.